All right. So, hello. I'm Reverend Marcus J. Pernell. I'm getting ahead of myself. Reverend Marcus J. Pernell, the youth pastor at First Baptist Frankfort, and just want to say thank you for joining us for our last yoga session, last gentle yoga session. Probably do something like this in the near future. Don't exactly know when, but in the meantime, thank you for joining us. Things you may need as we go throughout our session this evening, or whenever you're watching this, you might need a blanket or a bolster for your knees. Just if those get cranky, you might need a pillow, whether that is also for your knees, or when we go into Shavasana, our horizontal horizontal life pause or corpse pose. There we go, getting things mixed up. And anything else you might need just to make yourself comfortable, because I care more about that than, hey, let's do some ridiculous thing where you look like a pretzel and you can't get out of it, or you feel like a pretzel, or things hurt really bad. Yeah, let's avoid that. So, meet me in your easy seated position. That could be sitting down crisscross applesauce. That could be stacking one leg on top of another. Whatever is easiest for you. And in this easy seated position, what I'd like to invite you to do is simply ease your gaze, close your eyes. Your hands can be on your knees. They can be palms up. They can be palms down. They can be in your lap. You can make the "it's going to be okay" sign with your fingers, or a mudra, what that is called of your choosing, whatever you prefer. Let's take a quick scan of the body, see how things are doing, see where you're holding any tension and or stress. What I'd like to invite you to do is take a deep inhale into the nose, and exhale, haul it out of the mouth. Do a couple more cleansing breaths on your own. And in this easy seated position, I'm going to bring the shoulders back, try to keep the chest nice and tall or puffed out. Spine is nice and tall. Next, we'll tilt our head to the left, giving that right trap some tension. Maybe you hold a lot of stress in your neck, whether it is sitting shrugged up all day at a computer, or this is how you live life, do life. And you may also drape that right hand behind you, opening up the trap a little bit more. And if you want, you can look down to the left. Check in with your breath. Old jaw around. Put a gap in between the teeth. Invite another cleansing breath as needed. And we'll roll to the other side. Tilting the neck to the left, to the right. My right, your left, probably. If you'd like to invite a deeper stretch into this left trap, you can drape the left hand on your low back or on your butt, doesn't matter. And maybe you tilt your gaze to the right or whatever works for you. Maybe you notice one trap is tighter than the other. We'll take an inhale. And then on the exhale, we'll bring everything back to center. Bring the chest closer to the heart. Sorry, bring your chin to your heart space. Do some shoulder rolls. Really dig in the shoulders a little bit. Since we ask our shoulders to hold these heads up of ours. And then the other way. Now we'll take an inhale, arms out to the side. Saluting the sun, the moon, the sky, whatever time of day it is. And exhale, drop our arms to the sides. Coordinate our breathing with movements, inhaling, bringing the arms up. Exhaling, bringing the arms down. Just find your own groove. Move and groove to your own beat, to your own rhythm. And then on your next inhale, salute the sun, and then exhale will melt forward. Let's go back for this. You can rest your forearms on the ground. You can make your arms nice and long. Probably feel a stretch if you're like me in my left glute, just because I've got my left leg stacked on top of my right. Give the head a shake. Give your fingers and your toes a shake, wiggle them out. We'll take an inhale. Then on an exhale, maybe in table pose. And for table, this should be fine. In table pose, shoulders are stacked, or wrists are stacked on top of these shoulders. My knees are about hip width apart. If you need to, if your wrists get cranky, you can come up to your fists. No big deal there. Gonna hopefully try to get in the shot some. We'll do some cat cows. On an inhale, cow. And then on an exhale, cat. Again, coordinating breath movement. And then on your next exhale, we'll return to center. We'll actually make some circles with our hearts. Maybe make figure eights. Maybe just sway back and forth. Just creating a little bit of movement. We are asking the wrists to do a lot, so again, feel free to come to those fists if need be. I need to do this every now and then because my wrists are like, I'm not feeling that. Then go the other way. Sticks out of the way since I don't eat them. Then we'll come back to center. We'll actually take our arms long in front of us and we'll shift the butt back. A nice little child's pose. If child's pose is too much on your knees, feel free to get your blanket, your pillow, prop that underneath there, or you can do puppy pose, where butt's in the air a little bit more. Hopefully a little less strain on the knees, whichever you prefer. And to invite some movements, if you want, you can come out into a nice little cobra pose. Move back and forth, move and groove. If cobra is too much, you can come down to Sphinx pose. Or if that's too much, you can come down to the sleeping Sphinx using your arms as pillows, whichever you prefer. You might linger in one spot more than the other. Maybe linger in your cobra or your Sphinx a little longer. Hang out in the child or puppy pose. Let's take an inhale. And then on the exhale, meet me back in table. Now we're going to stretch out the groin, the inner thigh here a little bit. I'm going to take my right foot, extend it out as long as possible. And ideally, if you want a nice visual, I like trying to have my knees lined up with my heel that is out. And all we're going to do, just generate a little bit of heat, not heat. We're going to shift the butt back. Maybe a little bit, linger here for a second or two. Rock forward some. See if you can go back a little further. Again, we're focusing here on the groin here. If I can talk. Nice little half frog pose, groin stretch, whatever you want to call it. Whenever you're ready, scoot that bad boy back in. Nice little burp. Do the same thing on the left side. Left leg or foot is straight out in front of us. All we're going to do is shift the hips back. Maybe you notice one side is tighter than the other, as I am at the moment. May rock back and forth. And again, checking in with your breath and your breathing. That will facilitate a lot of the stretching here. If you're holding your breath, you're not doing yourself any favors at all. If you breathe into the stretch, not only will you get more out of it, but you'll actually be able to stretch a little bit more. And then whenever you're ready, bring that foot back in, meet me in table. We'll actually pop the feet back. A nice little plank. Again, if you need to come to your wrists, if you need to come to your forearms, that's totally fine. We're going to get a little crazy here. Maybe this doesn't seem so gentle, but we're going to take a deep inhale. And then on the exhale, and shift our butt back and up in the air. Down dog. If you're not used to down dog, being upside down, that is okay. Drop your knees to the ground. If you start to feel dizzy, a little woozy, and shake it back out. That is totally fine. Excuse me. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to walk the feet to the hands. Forward fold. You can have a gentle or a nice little bend in the knees if need be. We're going to inhale, half fold. Nice straight flat back like we're holding a glass of water on. Exhale, fold. And we'll inhale. Salute the sun. Exhale, fold. Gotta get an angle, sorry there. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, fold. Now, if you need to put, again, if you need to put a bend in your knees, by all means, please do that. We're going to plant the hands, step the right foot back on the ball of our back foot. A nice little low lunge here. Now, what I'm actually going to do is drop my back knee. If you want to, you can unfold the foot, or you can keep it folded, whatever makes you feel more comfortable, more stable. We're going to come up. Nice little nice pose. Stacking my knee on top of my ankle. Opening up that hip flexor a little bit, maybe a little bit in the quad, or back quad, excuse me. Maybe we generate some movement here, shifting the butt back. Nice little hammy stretch. Moving forward. Coordinating breath with movement if you want. These are all suggestions. You don't have to do these. Hips say what? And then whenever you're ready, we're gonna tuck the back feet in on the ball of the foot. We're gonna use our core, come back up into this nice little low runner's lunge. Then step the right foot forward. Hanging and dangling in this forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, nice and slowly, saluting the sun. Exhaling, forward folding. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, fold. Now this time, we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to step the left foot back on the ball of that back foot. Nice little low lunge here. I'm going to drop my back knee, my left knee. I'm going to unfold my foot, come up into this nice little night lunge here. I love socks. Did not realize you're in the shopping. Don't need that. One of these days, I will get through puberty, even at the age of 30. With my squeaky, cracky voice. It's fine. Maybe we invite a little bit of movement here. Oh, Hammy says what? Hammies are loving this. Now we're going to tuck the back feet in on the ball of that foot. Come up into that, bring the back knee up, excuse me. Come up into that nice little low lunge. Step the left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly rising up vertebrae by vertebrae. Tell the sun hello, how's it going? Good to see you again. And then forward folding once more. Now for this, I'm going to plant my feet. I'm going to step my feet back into a nice high plank. I'm going to slowly, 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 slowly keep my elbows tucked in, lower to the ground, knees first, then the chest, and then the stomach. Uncurl the feet. Come up into my nice little cobra pose. Or my sphinx. Or my sleeping sphinx. Whichever you prefer. We'll take a deep inhale. Exhale, shifting the butt back. Child or happy pose. I'm going to slowly roll up, transition into my easy position, and then onto my back. Maybe bring the knees in, tuck the chin in, roll around in the fetal position, roll side to side. Give that back a nice little massage. And then untangling everything. Do a little bit of bridging here. I'm going to stack my ankles on top of my knees. On an inhale, I'm going to bring my hips up, just like you would in a Jane Fonda workout tape, minus the leotard, or if you want the leotard. And you decide the bridging. Maybe you do a little bit of bridging, maybe you do a lot. Giving the glutes a nice squeeze, and then exhaling, lowering the hips down. We'll do 2 or 3 of those on your own, coordinating breath with movement. And then on my last bridge, I'm going to still keep my feet the way they are. I'm going to bring both my knees together. I'm going to shift my hips to the right, like so. I'm going to drop my knees to the left. Bring my arms out in a T, not hit my wall, and look over my right shoulder. Nice little spinal twist here. How's your breathing? Maybe your breathing feels a little weird, maybe a little challenge in this twist. Breathe into that belly and into that right side. On your next exhale, we'll actually bring the knees back up, shift the hips back in line, back to center. And we're going to shift the hips to the left, drop the knees to the right. Arms open up nice and long into a T. Look over that left shoulders. What are you looking at? On that next exhale, bring the knees back up, shift the hips back to center. Setting up for our Shavasana, fixing my camera. Please don't fall over, please don't fall over. Thank you very much for not falling over. So for our Shavasana, our horizontal life pause or corpse pose, maybe you put a blanket behind your head or a pillow, either or. Maybe you put a pillow underneath your low back. Maybe you make a nice little, maybe elevate them on a wall, whatever is comfortable for you in your corpse pose. Just allow your body to sink into the earth. Soften your gaze. Relax your face muscles. Maybe bring your hands to your stomach. One hand on the stomach, one hand up on your chest. Really noticing the rising and falling of that breathing. Just doing nothing. Making your breathing a little longer, maybe go for a little longer of an exhale. I'm sorry, inhale and exhale both. And while you're in this corpse pose and this horizontal life pause, I'd like to invite your ears to hear, listen, and receive the following affirmation, or at least a question to ponder. Where in your life do you struggle with the following affirmation? I matter. Maybe at some point in your life, you thought along the way, I don't matter. Whether if it's been from bad relationships, bad experiences, even the thoughts and feelings that you tell yourself. How might you change that language from I don't matter to I do matter? Affirming the self. Because quite frankly, you do matter. What you think matters, what you feel matters, and what you're experiencing, it matters as well. Where in your life do you need to tell yourself, this matters, I matter? And I share this affirmation with you, or at least this question to ponder, because it is one that I have found myself wrestling with and struggling with at times. For whatever rhyme or reason, that I'm not enough, that there are bars, standards that I cannot measure up to. And it's not just because I'm short in stature. You get it, you get what I mean. And it's all a lie. The world might tell us that we don't matter, that we do have bars to measure up to, standards to measure up to. But we do matter. What we think, what we feel, what we experience, what you experience, think, and feel, it matters. Sit with these words. Tell yourself, I matter. Make that a mantra. Start to lengthen your breath. And whenever you're ready, while still in your easy, not seated position, excuse me, you roll over to a side of your choosing, whether it is to the left, to the right. And then very easily, at your own pace and leisure, come up to your easy seated position. And bringing the arms out to the side, taking one last inhale to salute the sun, bringing our hands together down into prayer pose, bringing our hands close to the hearts, sealing an attitude of gratitude, and reaffirming to ourselves and to others that we matter, that you matter, and that what you're thinking, feeling, and experiencing matters. And speaking of things that matter, I am very thankful that you journeyed alongside us the last 4 weeks in the Shinto Yoga journey in these sessions. These are available to you whenever you want them at your own leisure or convenience. If you have feedback or questions, comments, things that I can do better, because I'm open to that. I want to get better as a yoga instructor, and or at least as a soon-to-be yoga instructor and teacher. Please let me know. My email is mpernell, Pernell, at fbcfrankfort.church. I did not make that up. That is my church email. And yes, so other than that, thank you for joining us. I'm very thankful for your presence, and the light in me acknowledges and sees the light in you. Namaste, and peace be with you.